Hi, I'm Nancy Mathias, owner of Core Matters Pilates Conditioning, and I'm making this video for folks who want to do a short review at home. So we're going to divide this into two different areas. We're going to do some diaphragm breathing, and then we're going to demonstrate some exercises. Okay, so let's start with the diaphragm breathing. We're taking the breath out of that shallow chest and bringing it deeper into the rib cage, into where the lungs actually are. So watch my hands as I breathe in. Remember that every exercise in Pilates contains three elements. We're working from the powerhouse, we are keeping the length through the spine, and we're using this diaphragm breath. Okay, let's get started on the exercises. So we're going to start with basic hip opener. So neutral spine, lumbar spine lightly lifted, not imprinted, right? Knees bent, neck comfortable. You don't need a pad underneath your neck, but if it makes your neck feel better, then go ahead and do that. Okay, keeping the pelvis steady and quiet. We are inhaling, bringing the knee out to the side, push the leg down the mat, rotate all the way from the very top of the leg to the inside of the heel, and then drag it back up, engaging those abdominals. On the exhale, pulling the abdominals in. It's almost like we're retracting the leg with the pelvic muscles, keeping the shoulders back, chest open, and just keeping that area between the hips and the shoulders quiet. You will definitely feel your powerhouse as you do this exercise. Okay, second exercise, spinal rotation, a wonderful exercise. Coming onto your side, stacking your knees, your ankles, your hips, and your shoulders. As we inhale, that elbow is loose. We're bringing it across the body. Exhale, bringing it back again. I'm gently pushing this part of my arm down, creating a bit more fascial arm length stretch here. And definitely allowing the cervical vertebrae to move, the cervical vertebrae being the vertebrae in your neck, along with the thoracic spine. The lumbar spine is staying quiet here, right? We'll do one more of these. Waist is lightly lifted. And the other thing I want to say about this is that it may be better to bring your arm down a little bit towards the base of your mat. If this is bothering you, or you feel like you're hunching your shoulder up to your ear, you want to create some space between the shoulder and the ear as that arm comes over. Also, don't feel compelled to get all the way to the floor. If you have that range, that's great. If not, you're going to work towards it, right? Don't force anything. No pain through the Pilates exercises. Okay, third exercise, we're pushing the pad away, coming onto the back for hip rolls. So hip rolls promote flexion of the spine, and I'm going to move my arms away so you can see my low back here. So we want to imprint. We're using those abdominals before we start to lift the spine off the mat, but we're starting in a neutral spine here. As I exhale, I'm pulling down into imprint, tightening up the glutes, vertebrae by vertebrae lifting off the mat, breathing at the top. On that exhale, drop the chest, drop the ribs, drop the lumbar spine, and then rolling back to that neutral positioning again. So in the real exercise, your arms are going to be by your side. And remember, you're using your inner thighs so the knees don't splay apart as we come up. My legs are in alignment with my shoulders and my torso, right? So my legs aren't out here, nice and in alignment here. and releasing. From here, we're going to come onto our stomach and do an extension exercise. So just know that every hour of class, we're doing some flexion, moving forward, some extension, moving backwards, some rotation like we just did with that spinal rotation, and some side bending. So I like to use a pad underneath my pelvic bones. My pubic bone is going to be on the bottom mat here. You don't need the pad, but for me, it helps me to not pop right into my low back. It keeps my spine in a more neutral alignment. So the nose is just floating over the top of the mat here. I'm kind of stretching through the spine, but my legs are relaxed. My glutes are as relaxed as I can get them. And as I exhale, lifting the chest, dropping the scapula down away from my ears, and then roll back down and release. So what you have to do to not just feel that low back just taking over this exercise is put that inner corset on. So tighten up those stomach muscles and be aware of using the muscles right around here. Okay, so we're not trying to pop right up, right? Also, keep that chin lightly tucked, looking at the baseboard in front of you, but not pulling the chin forward. My low ribs are staying connected into the mat. So I'll demonstrate that again. So the next exercise we'll do is ab prep. Getting that powerhouse to work for us. So remember, we're working from the sternum to the pubic bone here. So go ahead, interlace your fingers, drop your thumbs, hands behind your neck. We're letting the head be heavy here and using it to kind of make the powerhouse have to work a little bit harder. So it's less about pulling your neck and shoulders forward, right? We don't want to do that. We want to keep that back in a neutral spine. And as we exhale, before we lift the head, we're bringing the chin towards the chest and exhale, curling the head and chest up, flattening the stomach muscles, inhale back down. If this gets easy for you, bring one leg up to tabletop. And when you get to the point where you're lifting both legs up to tabletop, you're really going to be feeling that connection. Keep that connection. First leg down, second leg down, and release. So there you have it. Hope this is helpful for you. Thanks for looking, and come back again. There'll be more videos.